The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, Alphonse Sidney, for a Miami Heat Beat postgame show.
I went to this fucking game. I needed to see what Oladipo fucking looked like. And you know what it looked like? Absolute fucking devastation. Did you see all those fucking people? Did you see all the destruction that happened? This isn't even their final form. Them people's not even ready yet. They're gonna blow through the league. They're already first place by like 4 fucking games, and they haven't been healthy 1 second of the goddamn season. And I came to this game. I came to the FTX Arena to see what it looked like. And you know what it looked like? Fucking PEPAS from goddamn tip-off! Gin and tonics were flowing, people were dancing, and we were fucking winning. There were charges from the opening tip. Depot took a charge. I don't even know if that's good for his body, but I don't give a fuck because we won by like 1 million points. Because you know what we did? We went through the Sixers, the Suns, the fucking Bulls, everybody, and we lost to the Bucks by 1 because the refs are goddamn cheaters. We are the best team in the goddamn league. And if you look me in the fucking face and you tell me otherwise, I'm going to tell you you're a coward. I'm going to tell you that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about because that team, every time they step on a basketball court, they win games. They win games and they win titles. I brought a friend to the arena who's never been to Miami, and he looked up and he said, that's a lot of banners. And I said, that's because we win fucking games. We have parades, we have champagne, we have beautiful people, we have overpriced housing, we have everything you want in a metropolitan city because we're the best goddamn place on earth. We win, we bring stars, we do everything we have to, and Oladipo's another example. Caleb Barnes on a goddamn fucking minimum contract, and Depot's on even less. I can't imagine what they're gonna do to everybody in the playoffs. It might even be Heat in 4. Take me out, Brass. Oh, God. One more thing. He stole the mechanic imagery. What the fuck was that? I was at the arena and they just had the mechanic, and I'm like, we need royalties.
Just shut up.
He's drunk.
I'm sorry. I'm just, man, it's been like.
I'm pretty sure he said tetas instead of pepas.
Oh my God.
Are you ready, Alf?
I'm ready. No me importa lo que de mí se diga, vive usted su vida, que yo vivo la mía. Que solo es uno, disfruto el momento, que el tiempo se acaba y para atrás no vea. Bebiendo, fumando y jodiendo, sigo vacilando de party todos los días. Síguelo. Pepa y agua para la seca, todo el mundo patilla en la discoteca. Pepa y agua para la seca, todo el mundo patilla en la discoteca.
Está calado.
Hey, I wasn't expecting the trumpet.
Let's go!
Pepa, something's agua, blah, blah, da, 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 en la discoteca. Heat win, bitches! It's Depot Day, motherfuckers! Let's go! Had the whole squad. Lowry didn't need a score. Bam ain't show up to the fucking 4th quarter. Who gives a fuck? This team is deep as shit. Someone said we deeper than Lizzo ass on the pregame show. I don't know about that one.
No.
Whoa.
Sorry. Did I fuck that
Goddamn.
up?
We don't want to get canceled.
I'm Alphonse Sidney, a.k.a. Alpha 954. We've got enough rants. Bring me out, Brass. This is Miami Heat Beat Postgame Show, Hangover Time. If you're watching live on Twitch, we love you. So you sing PEPAS with us, throw us some subscriptions. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, I hope you're just lit as fuck at 3 o'clock in the morning whenever you're watching this shit. And I hope you subscribe and hit that like button. And next time, watch us live on Twitch. Let's go ahead and find out what everybody's drinking, Brass, because I think we're all drinking that Heat fucking Kool-Aid, baby. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
I think I'm gonna say having flannies. I don't know why the imagery doesn't play. That's weird.
What? Gee, are you going to stay on or?
Celebrate. I need to celebrate. Get that Joe's meal.
Are you going to stay on?
I'm going to Flannies, so I'm not.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
I'm going to Flannies. I'm getting some rib rolls. Culture, baby.
Yeah, getting drunk off that culture. Six-pack.
Yeah.
Moose, what are you drinking, and who was your player of the game? And I only want to hear one motherfucking answer.
You went to me. You don't even need to finish that statement. First of all, I'm drinking the monkey shoulder, regular human-sized bottle for now. But don't worry, playoffs are coming soon. And I got my cereal. Did you know it was actually National Cereal Day? How fitting, because my player of the game is Mr. Dirty Drop. Locking up that sixth man of the year, okay? I told you. It's the motherfucking year of the Dirty Drop.
You ruined it. There should only be one answer tonight. But you got a point. Hero was fucking fire. Tiff,
It's true. Yes.
what are you drinking tonight? First of all, Hero was the entire offense through the first half of the game.
Yeah. If you say hero,
Three-fourths of
if
the
you
game.
say hero, I'm just gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Tiff, who is your player of the game, and what are you drinking tonight?
All right. So I have had my last drink. I got to get up in like 6 hours. So now I'm just gonna polish it off with some water. But my player of the night, outside of we all know Hero did his thing. Come on, let's call it like it is. We waited for it. We waited long time ago. Last season is a long time ago. We on to the new season. My man got a new tendon. He got a new knee, and we are ready.
New quadriceps? I don't even know what a quadricep is.
Alf ruining it. Alf, damn it, Alf, you threw me off.
You need a picture to jog your... Yeah, there
Oh,
Blade coming for that ass.
I love it.
that is
Coming for that ass.
That is fantastic.
Phrasing, crottying,
Naughty Crotty.
naughty crotty.
So much better than the Kendrick Nunn Batman picture.
Yes.
Oh, for all of us, let me tell you. For all
For
of
a
us.
lot of reasons. Brass, what are you drinking tonight?
At least
And
it wasn't
who was your player of
RJ.
the game?
I'm drinking. I had to keep it simple because we had to prep for the PEPAS. But I'm drinking an old fashioned because you know why? There's an old fashioned whoop ass tonight. We whooped those Rockets ass. I wasn't worried about it. Even though the Heat they came out playing like shit. I was never worried for a second. I knew as soon as Depot came in, we were gonna handle those fuckers, and we did. And my player of the night, I'm gonna go. Fuck it. Tyler seems like the easier kind of thing because Tyler had an amazing game. But I'm gonna go with fucking Depot, man. Depot to come after all that fucking time and to come back and score like he did, and he still did to take that charge. Are you kidding me? That charge that he took?
Yes.
That's
What,
the
he took two,
culturiest
right?
shit of the season.
He took
Yeah.
Two.
But I'm saying right out the gate.
Right
The
out
very
the
first,
gate.
the very
Right
first
out the
thing you're
gate.
doing
Yeah.
to show yourself to Heat Nation is taking a charge. Come on. Inject it
fucking
into my
love it.
veins.
I fucking love it. So
Bond, what are you drinking tonight, and who was your player of the game?
So I have some Luna Nuda here, the Pinot. I know what the right answer is. I know that it's Depot, but I'm gonna say Jimmy, because I like what he gave us tonight. I like the way that he looked, and he didn't seem like he was laboring to get to what it was that he was getting to. And yeah, he felt like more balmy compared to last few games. He kind of made me feel better about a little bit of what I've seen from him as of late. But other than him, the answer is Depot. And just the perseverance to come back from that and to like, I don't know, just be there and just be in the moment and just I'm rooting for him and I feel for him and I'm really happy for him.
Jimmy did not play another fourth quarter, which is big.
Love it.
And
Kyle somehow played the most. Kyle played the most minutes tonight and had 0 points. It was a plus 16. Listen, I think we're going to see a lot more. Kenny, I think we're going to see a lot more of that when there's more people that you can trust on the floor night after night. I think we're going to be seeing, I think we're going to see those low scoring games from Kyle. And I don't care.
Yeah,
People's back. Anyway, Kenny, what are you drinking? Who was your play of the game?
So I'm wrapping up this vodka cranberry. My player of the game. I had a whole Jimmy Butler thing. I stopped caring like halfway through the second quarter. It's Victor Oladipo, man. It's Depot Day. This is the transaction. This is the big get. He was getting to the paint whenever he felt like it. His first game off a severe leg injury. It's over for the league. Don't talk to me about fucking. Hey, I am. Don't talk to me. I look like a sim right now. Who cares? I'm talking about fuck Milwaukee, fuck Brooklyn, fuck Philadelphia. We got Oladipo back. This is an easy championship. What? Now, delete this if I'm wrong, but for right now, this is an easy championship. Give us that shit.
The internet is forever.
Yeah,
Don't
whatever.
worry.
Kenny's not Kenny's.
Kenny's internet hasn't even started yet.
You are good on everything. You don't have no fear on whatever you say.
There's gonna be no history. There's gonna be no recording of Kenny in
The
5
rest
years.
of that film gonna dissolve in 48 hours.
Moose, listen, I don't really care about the game as much. Like, even when they were down 13, I was cussing out Frankie on the timeline because he called for a blowout in the pregame show, and you could never trust this Heat team to just blow out a team they're supposed to blow out. Down 13 early, never really felt in doubt. But more importantly, I mean, you maintained that 3-game lead in the East.
Which is huge.
Chicago looking real fucking funny in the light. Once that schedule toughened up and they're not playing at home every night. I mean, the Heat only have 5 more road games left in the season. They just got Oladipo back, and did you hear that shit? 5 more road games in the entire. Listen.
Well, that's because they played like 100 road games all on a back-to-back already.
Exactly.
16 games left.
And still flourished.
16 games left.
16 games left, and they only got 5 road games. They played the most road games of anybody in the East. And they sit on top of the East 3 games ahead of I think it's the Sixers at this point. With Oladipo coming back, Keith probably coming back this week, some people are reporting. The Heat are finally looking healthy. Do you see them making a stretch run and just pulling away completely?
I sure hope so. Listen, the schedule is set up for them to absolutely do that. And lucky for us, we're starting to get healthy at the right time. Yes, there's going to be stretches where this team doesn't look like they did tonight while everybody figures out either their new minutes, their new roles. I mean, you saw that Gabe didn't get in there until end of the game. But whatever, when they're playing like this, it's absolutely worth it. So let's not get ahead of ourselves and expect a 20-game win streak right now. But yes, they should be able to use this time to gain some ground on the other teams. And shout out to Brian M in the chat because I wanted to call this out, and he was able to find it for me before I was able to find it. Chicago's actually 0-14 against the top 3 teams of each conference.
Yikes.
So fuck Chicago. I ain't worried about them. I'm not worried about anybody except for us staying in the course, staying focused, and staying healthy.
Tiff, you're looking at a team that right now is basically tied for the second best record in the entire league, right? Where where everybody was saying that the top 3 in the West are head and shoulders above anybody in the East. The Warriors looking real funny right now. Memphis is still playing well, but they're not as strong as they have been. The Heat have a chance to not only have home court advantage throughout the Eastern Conference playoffs. If they get to the finals, anyone outside of Phoenix, they could have home court advantage in the finals. I think and I'm not trying to get ahead of myself like Moose is saying. I understand his point, but that is something to be said. Like, guys, if you can look at this Heat team and say there is something to play for down the stretch here. Yeah. Like, we're getting healthy. A nice run to end the season, could do a lot for you in the postseason.
Yeah, and I don't think it's getting too ahead of yourself because this is all they have left to play for, home court advantage. Because at this point, you're getting your core together. You're trying to figure out minutes, and you're playing for home court because it's like we're not fighting for a spot. That's it. At that point, the season's done. We're not fighting for a spot. We're gonna have home court in the first round, but can you get it throughout the playoffs? And while I picked them to be fourth, I did. I picked them to be fourth coming into the season, but I've been saying on and off all season, if they could just figure it out, it is up for grabs because you don't know who's going to be ready, who's going to be healthy, especially in the East. In the East, that shit is a crapshoot. So if you got 9 guys that that can be healthy throughout the playoffs, you got a shot. And those 9 guys, let's be honest, you still got guys on the bench that can just pop in and give you a quick 15 points that aren't named Tyler. So they're pretty much sitting, the Heat are in the driver's seat right now. There is no reason they shouldn't lock up this 1 seed.
Schmeathan says the real question is, will Heat beat Beyond Devon's double-decker bus during the championship parade? Listen,
will we?
Listen.
Great idea.
Toolbox.
Push that agenda.
Yes.
Push that.
I don't know. Hashtag Heat beat bus. That seems weird. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, no, we can't. That's Miami. We can't do no buses.
We'll work on a workshop. We'll workshop that. Bond, to Tiff's point, it was wild for me to see at the end of the game when you got the Highsmith and Yurt victory cigar. You also have Max Strus and Gabe Vincent out there, 2 guys that beat the damn Suns earlier in the year. This team is without Keith. This team is deep as hell, and a lot of people were complaining about Gabe not getting Vincent, Gabe not getting minutes, Max not getting minutes. I don't know what Heat fans wanted to see. There's only so many minutes in the game, but to Tiff's point on other shows, I do think that everybody's going to have their moment, and situationally, some of these guys are going to still get run in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, we've been saying that the entire time, in that the idea that people what do you consider getting minutes? If you're wanting a guy to come out here and be averaging 17 to 22 minutes against, I don't know, Brooklyn or Milwaukee, if I'm talking about Gabe or Max or whomever doesn't fit that matchup specifically, then I think it's a little bit unrealistic. But if you can look down and see a row of another 8 people that you can just go and point at and pick and plug and just plug into whatever kind of hole you might be facing at that time, you have incredible utility. And so plug as many holes as you can at the time. But you have incredible utility. And so, that has been what this team has projected to look like. And it has been fair throughout the time, throughout the course of the season, that we've had questions that, things have looked wonky, things haven't looked the way that I think that we thought that they would. It hasn't been smooth the whole way, basically. It is not going to. And I think these last 16, it still isn't going to be smooth, but I think it's okay. And it has to not be smooth so that it can be smooth now. This is the last chunk of time for them to, not be smooth and not be confident in whatever it is that they think that they still have to work out. Gabe has been one of the only people who hasn't really gotten a burst. I know that he was sick. But he hasn't really, seen too much time off. He's been pretty durable, pretty reliable for you. And, there's only so much minutes, and we've been saying this throughout the whole time. So as long as you have guys that, like that comment said, Gabe came in and still shooting hot. As long as you have guys that you can pull in and put into the games and they be ready to contribute and ready to go right there, and you're not backtracking, you're not losing momentum, then I think that you're in a good spot. And you should think that you're in a good spot and not be too tied to when you see guys on and off the floor.
Right. Can I just say something real quick, Al?
Yeah.
On this point. And this is the reason why I kept saying all season, I love that the bench was getting high minutes.
And needed to.
They needed to, just because we just don't know what's going to happen, when's going to happen, who's going to happen. And in my mind, I look at let's just say, for instance, that all of a sudden everybody on Brooklyn can play. And they can play anywhere and everywhere. So you literally got an array of guards that you can just throw at Kyrie. You got an array of guards that you can just throw at James Harden. You got an array of guards you can throw at Drew Holiday. Like, this didn't happen by happenstance. Like, this was a plan. Like, you
Yeah,
can
this
look
is
at
why
this
Gabe
team.
is still here. This is why Max
Exactly.
is still here for stuff
This was
like
the
this.
plan. Because
Yeah.
because Kyrie will give you that work. But all of a sudden, if you got fresh body after fresh body after fresh body, you're going to wear him down. And B, he's not that great of a defender. So if you're wearing him down on offense, guess what happens on defense? Now it softens up. Now you're past the head of the snake. Now you
Now
can
you're
get into the
frustrating
paint.
them. Like all of that.
Kenny, what did you see from like the early Depot minutes? I thought he was trying to feel his way into the game, but then once you saw him get a little bit comfortable, I mean, it was just you saw the fit. You saw why people are excited if Depot can be anywhere near the guy he was in, like, let's say 2019, or even the guy we saw for 4 games last year.
Yeah, so early on, it kind of looked like he was just trying to find his place, like you said. It is a very successful team, so it is difficult to just step in and figure out exactly what your role is going to be. But I feel like after the charge and after he hit a couple shots, it started to come back. And I'm not the guy who some people would expect Indiana Oladipo, but he hit a 3. He was getting to the paint, like I said, whenever he felt like it. That's a huge thing because not many people on this team can do that. He had that incredible pass to Damon, which I'm sure we have on the show at some point. When this dude gets fully in rhythm, man, it's just like they did have him on the floor. That's funny, but man, and like he was part of changing the momentum too. We got to keep that in mind. It was Jimmy Butler, it was Tyler Hero, and it was Victor Oladipo coming in on defense and slowing them down. And so, man, once we see him against the Kyries, once we see him against the Drew Holidays, start the playoffs today, man. It's over for a lot of teams. Start the playoffs today.
Speaking of his first score, his first bucket, I think we have that, Brass.
Yeah.
Oh, is this it? This is the three-pointer right here?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, so they move it to the side, and then he hits him one time with another dribble.
But that was confidence in that shot. He didn't dribble in for like a 2-pointer, a long 2. He stayed behind the line, and that's confidence. And
It's something that
Oh, absolutely.
Go ahead.
It was in the flow.
Something that just happened right before this, and I forget what it was. And if you see, Vic goes over to Kyle, and it's like a little extra on the embrace because there was something that happened. And so, like the yes, great reversal, but Kyle being the one like, hey, you're fine, catch it, take the shot, we good money. That's just a nice first bucket. Like, welcome. Good for
Before
you.
Perfect timing.
Okay.
Before that, I felt like the offense was clunky because you could see how badly everybody wanted Depot to make that shot. One more time, Brass. I'm sorry. Just look at the bench when he makes that shot. Like, they are Kyle Guy and who are sitting on the floor appropriately. He hits that shot. Look, I mean, they're up before the shot goes in. Like, they are so happy for him. And like, I felt like some of that early deficit just because they were trying so hard to get Depot integrated, and that was, to me, was awesome. Like, you could not be not happy for that guy tonight.
Alf,
He didn't come in early.
No. They waited a little bit, but I'm so glad that you made that point, though, Alf, because I really wanted to stress that tonight. Like, you could see every single player on the Heat bench was in this emotionally for Vic. Like, they knew how big of a moment this was, and they wanted this for him. Yes, we see that with other teams and all that, and that's the Miami Heat culture, but let's not take that for granted. These guys are really, really connected, and that makes a huge difference in the playoffs. I don't care what anybody says. Team chemistry, you need that, and these guys being so in it for each other is excellent to see.
Goes your jersey again.
Like that jersey.
Was that what that was? I was like, fucking
Yeah.
hell. Here's the drink.
It was right as you banged, like right as you hit the table.
Drink up right to the fucking ground.
Well, speaking of once Depot got healthy, everybody knew this shit was coming. Here's the guy out of the game. Did Moose go put his jersey back on?
Right. right.
Look at that. Just off
Look
the
at
curl,
this.
rim pressure. To
And it's
have
so
another
easy.
guy that can do this, like, first of all, I don't know if it's another.
And I was about to say it's not even
Right.
Right.
But did you know? But did y'all notice something?
It's
The
two.
But did y'all notice something? The slow at the top of the key and then the burst.
The burst.
burst.
Yep.
Like
Can I
he
ask-
shifted. He
Trust me,
shifted
going
gears, which means he's healthy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's healthy.
Can I
And
ask
confident in his health.
anybody else, like, did they skip a heartbeat when they saw him land? It was like, oh my God, just please land softly.
Yes.
I felt good
Like,
about it
I
this
was
time.
so anxious watching him, and that was right after the fall too, which was a whole other
The
story.
fall is what bothered me, not this.
I was more afraid of the fall.
Dudes know how to land after a dunk.
Well,
Last year, didn't he? Last year, I was afraid.
That's because the meat was hanging off the bone.
well, I don't know
right.
if the
Yeah.
meat is still on
Leg
there or
was-
not. Like,
Leg was just dangling last
Damn,
year.
it was a half-eaten chicken bone.
I don't know what's going on with this meat right now.
That first charge, I was like, damn, he shook the quadricep off again.
No, there was one play where he fell while dribbling. That scared me.
That's
Oh,
the
then
one
you-
that scared
That's
me.
what
Yeah,
we're talking
that's
about.
what. Yeah.
I dropped my chip.
He did that and one fucking dribble and got back
Yeah.
up.
And got back up.
Yeah, hey,
I
Yeah,
people,
you heard the crowd, too.
You can't fall yet.
The crowd was
Yeah.
The crowd went, oh my God.
They're like, just give the ball away.
it's safe to cheer.
Someone called it a stanky leg. It was a little bit of a stanky leg, but he got back up. No, but listen, man, that rim pressure, there's not a lot of guys on the Heat that can do that on a consistent basis. And that's the one thing they are missing and something that comes in handy during the playoffs. Oh, I got something in my eye. If you guys see my twitching.
Right.
Getting emotional. No, I know. We're all excited, man. It's Depot Day. Hear the drip drop. Hit him one time.
We were saying Peppers earlier, and G was ranting from his car. I just got real emotional at this motherfucker.
It's just great because, I mean, he's been out for, it's nearly a year. It's almost a year. And we know what he can bring defensively. But it's nice. I mean, he scored 11 points on a night on like 14 minutes. And so it's nice to see the offensive game come back because he's not known to be this massive offensive player, right? We talked about that last time. But to be able to do that and to be able to do that when there are, I mean, the guys were starting tonight. Right? I mean, this is the crew. For him to be able to have that space in the game to even be able to do that is, and the time and effort that he put in and what he was able to execute in that short amount of time tonight is really good going forward. That's not easy to come back after almost a full year and do what he did tonight.
That space is going to be there because he's the only one that can fulfill that space, and that space is the thing that is missing. I think he's not a shooter. Like he's not I think he's an incredible offensive weapon. I think he's a great offensive player. Like, he's not a shooter. He's not one that you're like that. I had to play in the breakdown. Like Caleb's trying to set him like fades and stuff that he's like setting for like Duncan and Tyler and stuff like that. Like he's not necessarily, he can give you, a spot up three, but that verticality, that is the thing that they have been so desperately needing. Like it's not multiple people at all that is doing that for them consistently and with that burst. Like it's not a labor for him. It's not a whole it's not 8 seconds of like giddying up.
Bond, to your point, like you said, without as much effort, it's a guy that doesn't need a bunch of smoke and mirrors and magic tricks to get a basket. And like as much as I love this Heat team and like I believe in this team, the one thing that they were missing is outside of Tyler, and Tyler's shot profile, we've all talked about it, is he takes some difficult shots. Depot's going to get himself easier shots than just about anybody on the Heat can.
Tyler's getting himself good shots. He's giving you a few moves though to get into this space, to get into that shot. Depot is like, I'm quicker than you.
Freight train. Court Corner says 4 years ago we were rocking with Whiteside, Tyler Johnson, and Dion. Tonight, first time close to full health, brought full circle how far we've come. You ain't said nothing but a word, man. Like, shit. Oh my god.
I was thinking about Hassan earlier.
Wait, real quick, Katie. I'm gonna get
put that. Yeah, can you put the comment back up?
A round of applause for us.
Yeah.
A round of applause for us as Heat fans for sticking through that shit. Look at that trash on the screen. Look at that.
We made it.
We made it.
Whiteside and Tyler Johnson, 2 max players, by the way.
Gummies.
One's not in the league anymore. Go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just pointing out that man Hassan tried to shove Joel Embiid, punched himself in the face, and got madder. We came a long way.
Oh.
I have to call out some subs tonight. We've had some awesome stuff tonight.
Come on, man.
Let's
Keep
see.
on
JW Creamer resubscribed with Prime. That's 3 months straight. Corner also resubscribed with Prime. That's 10 months straight for you.
Wait. No, what's the name? Say the name one more time.
JW Creamer.
Is it Corner is someone different?
Kreamer. I'd say that's Creamer, right?
No, you said Corner after, and I was like,
No, and then Corner.
Oh,
Sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Court Creamer and JW Corner. How about that? Brian M 1227 resubscribed for 1 month at tier 2. He said, "Let's fucking go, Depot #Depot Day." Cool Dog 15 resubscribed with Prime. They said on Depot's partially torn quadriceps tendon. Yeah, I guess that was probably in reference to what we were talking about there. Heat Culture DC gave out 5 community gift subs. Hayden Hughes 97 resubscribed for 1 month at tier 1. That's 15 months straight for Hayden Hughes 97. That's awesome. Schmandy Schmellisberg gifted a 1 month tier 1 sub to AOisms. I Can Be Your Hero gave out 5 community gift subs. Smokin' a Bowl gave out 1 community gift sub. J Jock 44 gave out 1 community gift sub. Slim McFavorite gave out 1 community gift sub. Chuck the Cuck Pog subscribed for 1 month at tier 1.
What is happening?
I'm just reading. Alexito gave out 1 community gift sub.
That's so many categories in one name.
I don't know if is it Major Passons or Major Passons? I think probably Major Passons. Passon. Resubscribe with Prime. That's 2 months. At Depot Day has me crying. G2. Vane Hype gifted a 1 month tier 1 sub to Bam Adebayo. And Mr. Duck 7 resubscribed with Prime. That's 10 months straight. They say Depot Day is best day. Couldn't
we love you guys.
We gotta figure out
so much.
Hell yeah.
And honestly, man, y'all love Depot. Sorry, y'all love Depot because this is one of our best viewed shows ever. Like, this shit has maintained. Y'all were excited for Depot. So were we.
You know, it's the Depot. It's the year of the drip drop. Everyone's happy. Everyone's healthy. It's all good, you know. Gotta hit them one time. Drip drop.
They came for the Depot, Al.
They came for the
They came for the Depots, but they stayed for the PEPAS.
For the PEPAS. Before we get back to more PEPAS, because people are asking for a PEPAS encore.
What?
Where I'm drinking my water, trying to get my
what the
vocal
fuck? I didn't know about
right.
encore.
Yeah, they were in the chat. People were saying it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But before we do that, let's get to some serious basketball talk. She previewed it earlier. Let's get to Bond's breakdowns.
Oh, hold on. Let me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broke.
And one mixtape tour short.
For more brass solo. So I got 5 today. I'm gonna try to go through them quick because there was, I think, a lot of good stuff. Go ahead. But some offense, some defense. That's the thing. Pool. Pause. Okay, so kick from the top, please. Pitch ahead to Bam. PJ kind of in the dunk spot. Duncan, go ahead in the corner. And just good motion, just good. It's not even like strong cuts. Like Jimmy didn't even set a screen. Duncan didn't curl hard. Houston was, I don't know. Like other than that little stretch of shooting that they found themselves having, you were like slicing them up, and there was a lot of good offensive action kind of throughout. I thought. Go ahead. And as the lineups would kind of change. Pause. Okay, so start this from the beginning. My favorite part about this is Bam is bringing it up, and initially I thought that it was a pin down on both sides and some like curling toward the middle action. It's not. That is what's happening on the left side though. Go ahead, Tyler and Jamie are kind of on the right, just chilling. So pause. So the kick back to Duncan and just the immediate dive by Bam. One more time, I like the idea of letting Bam handle the ball and getting some like cutting motion, some other stuff for him. You get Duncan flying to the top. Maybe if you run something else on the other side, you don't just have Jimmy being in the way as Bam is trying to dive. Maybe you get that. But just again, some motion that they were doing. Go ahead. So we got this like horns from the wing. Kyle's on the side. So action. So pause. So now we have Devin catching it on the wing. Tyler and Kyle are about to do some stuff. Caleb is over here in this right corner. You don't see him, and you have Vic right here in this wing. What I was talking about earlier. Go ahead. So pause. So here, Caleb is calling to set this flare for Vic to fade back, to like get himself behind the arc on the wing area, or just kind of settle in the corner. One, that's a really far pass for that to happen. Two, Caleb kind of just has some room there to, I don't know, cut or do some other things. But my point here being is Vic can give you some catch and shoot, some knockdown, just some stepping, catch and shoot shots. I don't know that I know him to be a mobile kind of off the screen type of shooter. So go ahead. This is just something that I saw. I was like, Caleb, why don't you cut? Like, I don't know that I want Vic flying off of that fade, but I wasn't too upset with it. And then last, I'm sorry, go ahead. Two more things. In the beginning, we gave up a lot of threes. Y'all I don't know if that bothered anybody else. They rattled off like a bunch of threes at once. And here, the defense just found themselves off balance. And I don't know what we were doing on some of the closeouts earlier. Jalen Green rattled off 4 against us. It just the first half wasn't pretty. And then lastly, again, shout out to Vic, and go to the next one. Shout out to Vic and pause. He's not all the way back yet, but just he looked good in his body. Timing was a little bit slow, but just the defensive motions and the bodying and feeling comfortable enough to take some hits and kind of dig in there. So go ahead. Caleb active. Vic, little bump here, body, hands active, no foul, touch. Get my one hot stove, my quick touch, pull back, corral with the rest of my body. And so I just think once he gets his timing right, the rest of his body comes, and the rest of them you can take me out. The rest of them start to get more and more synergy and more reps with each other. It is really the bringing together of a bunch of really, really, really good parts when they're all together and coalescing.
Aoisms in the chats pointed out that so many of those threes were in Bam's face. It was weird.
He was disengaged from the beginning.
Yeah,
what was going on?
It was weird.
Noticeably.
It was so weird. He had a bad defensive half, and you never see that from him. Mm-hmm. It was weird. It was weird.
Bad. His defensive posture, his presence, I didn't like it at all.
I've never seen that out of him. But he turned it around, so I'm not going to harp on it too much.
Yo, he had the weirdest 18 points with over 50% shooting I've ever seen.
I had no idea he had 18 until
he had 18 and he was 8 or 15. If you would have told me that shit, I'd be like, you a goddamn
Never would have
liar.
guessed it. Never would have guessed it. I knew Hero had 125. Yes. I knew Depot had about 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy had 57, but Bam had 18. Crazy.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of that 8 for 15. Someone said he saved face, and there was a lot of wide open dunks.
It was.
Yeah.
No, but he at the end though, he was making an impact in the paint, which was thank God.
Yeah, third quarter he made it a point to get involved.
There's also just
games.
There's also games he just doesn't get up for. Let's just call it because a lot of players, it's certain times they just don't show up. Had this been the Nets again, Bam ass would have tried to go for 60.
Yeah.
He just wasn't trying to get up for those kids, and I don't blame him. Fuck it.
Can't really knock it. That is a terrible team.
So. End the night healthy. That's all you could do.
Yeah.
Just make it to tomorrow.
Be impactful, win the game. Let's go home.
Yep.
I felt like the whole team was having a tough time getting up for this game. But like you said, after the little stretch they had, the Nets, the Sixers, the Bucks, and the Bulls, and then you're gonna throw the Rockets in my face?
Yeah. On a Monday, I get it.
And they caught you in the face for a quick 13 in a hole. They got you a quick little.
Hero led the way.
But the NBA with the schedule, they really was playing in their face with this game.
They tried to give him some rest. They tried to give him some rest.
But that's the whole thing. It was how this team, I feel like they need somebody to walk into their locker room before the game and be like, "Fuck you," and walk away.
They need someone to
And
spit in
tell
their
her I
face.
said it. Yeah,
You're like,
Right.
who are they mad at on the Rockets? Even
They
though
ain't
that,
right.
what's that one dude's name? That
But Vic ain't even mad at the Rockets. Like, thank you for releasing me. Bye.
Exactly.
Yeah, for real. Vic was so happy to see everyone. It's like, I'm so happy to see you from here, from a distance.
in my new shirt.
Exactly.
How green this grass
Y'all see
is.
my new shirt?
He was there 5 games before.
Right. he didn't even. He stayed in the fucking hotel when he was in Houston.
Kenny, I know you saw that tweet.
Never left.
That tweet.
I'm
was
like,
like,
Eloise,
Just live there.
I don't need no
Airbnb.
key. I'm not staying here.
There was one dude who was it was Tate. What's his? That Tate
Jay
was
Sean
playing
Tate.
reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, they got some weird names on that team, but that dude was playing reckless as fuck.
Yeah, she agrees.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
thank you, Melody. Listen. And you
I
know
like
what Melody
Alpha and
barking
Sengun.
means?
I love
What's that?
him. Alpha and Sengun.
Yeah, I
Melody's
love
got a
that
segment?
name.
Melody's got a second.
I was trying to go to the PEPAS encore, but we could talk about Sengun.
No, you don't. Play the track.
We can talk about Sengun because he was killing motherfuckers out there.
No, he was. I like him. I like his game. Nice body, nice little style to him.
Man, as long as it wasn't Jay Sean Tate putting his knee in people's chest.
You
They
know what we
drive
didn't
too
touch?
much.
And
Quickly,
Siobhan's about
we
to
should
have the
give a shout
YouTube
out.
commenters at this dude's house. You gotta relax.
What do you mean?
You can't be complimenting other men's bodies in front of the YouTubers.
Oh my! Get out of here!
Got a point. You
Damn
see
it,
those YouTubers?
Damn it, Kenny! Stop it. No, it's.
What were you about to say, Tiff?
Tiff's so disappointed.
Fucking Kenny, man.
Aren't we all?
Transition.
Kenny, I'm about to pull the plug on your ass.
Comcast Ben did that.
Naughty karate.
Listen, that why
No, but no, I was just gonna say quickly, we should give a shout out to PJ Tucker because after that rest, he came back with a double-double
Oh, yeah.
tonight. I don't think we even talked about that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
we say it all the time. You can mention him as a player of the game every single time he's out there, but it's just because he does it on a nightly basis and he's that consistent glue that sometimes we just forget, you know?
It's almost boring what PJ does at this point because it's just what he's going to give you night in, night out. He's going to give you a couple corner threes, going to give you a couple floaters, excellent defense. Like when they went back up to 13, Spo got pissed and just threw PJ out there. He's like, "Can you stop these young bucks, please?" Like they were they were killing them.
Yeah,
I don't know. Jalen Green was skating on people.
man.
He was.
Does
That
he
first quarter
look
was tough.
like? Does he look awkward to anybody else, or is it just me? Like,
Awkward
does
in
he
what
look
way?
like he out there playing in bobos? Like he can't get no grip. It's just like he just like this.
Like real loose.
Yeah,
Like, really
and
just
his
like-
feet are just skating around. Like
All
This is
I know
awkward.
is that I'm pretty sure I saw him in my Moose at the Movies Coach Carter review because that's Spanish,
Hey,
right?
that is-
That's Spanish.
He
Like
do
I'm
look
pretty
like
sure.
Spanish.
Double agent. I've seen that guy before.
He has a second career now. But yeah, no, he looks squirmy.
Yeah.
Like,
He had to put some weight on.
Squirrely. He's frail and too shifty to be that frail. Like,
and you know who I don't listen? Kenyon Martin's kid. Calm the fuck down, bro.
Yeah, you're not Kenyon.
Yeah, nobody afraid of you. Kenyon Martin, I mean, that dude was scary. I don't know if y'all remember Kenyon Martin.
I remember him. That dude
Yes.
was
He was scary,
terrifying.
and he had Tourette's.
Remember that
He
tattoo?
was legit scary as fuck. He had that
Like
lip tattoo,
frightening.
which was
The lip tattoo, yeah.
Yeah, a little
and his-
weird. And
fantastic.
I was changing the subject. I was gonna say real quick, chat. We can only fake laugh at AOL so many times. Y'all got to go ahead and update the jokes now.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a lot
go
of
ahead.
AOL and Netscape. We
Yeah,
gotta get better.
come on, man. It's been a full season. Y'all could.
Thank you.
I'll start write some shit.
I was gonna say you can't let him know that it bothers you. Kenny.
It doesn't bother me. It's just like I need some originality at some point, man. That's like
Frank,
5 AOLs tonight. But go ahead,
Someone said, "Fine, you got DSL."
Never mind.
Naughty karate.
Yeah,
Jesus.
come on with the karateisms, man. What's going on
Quickly.
That's the DSL they were talking about.
tonight? Oh, night.
I didn't
shipping
even
and
get to
handling?
finish the right.
Brass, you ready?
Yeah, I guess.
I love how I'm like,
Yeah,
Brass,
really?
let's do this again. With he has the hard part. I do not.
Yeah, like
I don't even play trumpet. That's not even my instrument.
All I got to do is sing poorly, which I'm good at.
All right.
You ready?
All right. Yeah, we ready for that? All right, fine. Let's do it.
man,
Here we go.
okay.
No me importa lo que de mí se diga, vive usted su vida, que yo vivo la mía. Que solo es uno, disfruto el momento, que a tiempo se acaba y para atrás no vea. Bebiendo, fumando y jodiendo, sigo vacilando de party todos los días.
Who's about to do?
Pepa y agua para la seca, todo el mundo patilla en la discoteca. Pepa y agua para la seca, todo el mundo patilla en la discoteca.
Oh, I was hitting the fuck. Oh.